Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Well, good Wednesday evening, finally, everybody. I had no idea what happened on the first two tries to start this thing. The software just went absolutely haywire on my end, and I had to shut it down and, I don't know, reboot it, and it started. Seems to be working okay. Abbreviated pre-race and qualifying session for us, so I'll announce you guys need to get your picks in as soon as you can. Trifecta and or winner. If you pick a trifecta, I'll put your first choice as your winner choice. Championship night tonight here for the Midwest Truck Series at Phoenix. Going to be a good one. 21 drivers made it into tonight's event. I feel like there was supposed to be 22 and I'm missing one. I don't see the 24 truck. I could be overlooking him. I'm trying to get through a lot, but either way. So, good evening, Mr. Bill. If you have been here Monday or Tuesday night or both, you have seen awesome racing. I expect exactly the same thing tonight with this group. Another fantastic night of racing here on the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network. Going to crown a champion. About 5 guys honestly have a shot. Brock Bigelow leads the points. Then it's Brian McAvoy, Adam Vinny, Brandon Mackey, and Garrett Boyd has an outside chance. A whole lot of bad things have to happen to those other 4 guys for Boyd to win it, but you never know. You never know. No invert tonight. Qualify, start where you qualify. Nobody's going to the back. Vinny, Brock, Mr. Chai. Let's see. 64, 27, and 99 in that order for Mr. Chai. Stanley Troxel with Mr. Bigelow gonna have a victory lap. All right. Yeah, I heard that, and I also heard that I am going to shout out Biff and Red tonight because I guess the boys pay attention too. So shout out to the boys tonight. Biff and Red over there. I had no idea. You know what? Get them started young. You make them race fans when they're young and be race fans for life, and the sport will go on forever. So kudos to good parenting. I love it. Love the kids, man. I'm a big fan of the kids. So, going to be a fun one for sure tonight. We'll see who they crown at the end of this one. I know they're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then they're going to do some recruiting stuff for a couple weeks. And I believe the start date, I was told, is 2/26 for the return. Week 1 to start the new season. I know we will be here Monday, Tuesday next week. Okay. We'll be here Monday, Tuesday next week. If you haven't checked in for the Monday night, Tuesday night DSRL stuff, you're missing out. They have done 2 weeks in a row. Amazing racing both Monday and Tuesday nights. The trucks on the Monday night at Dover, they only had a total of 5 cautions in 90 laps, but the racing was great. We got to see multiple green flag pit stops during that race. We always love the green flag pit stops. They shake everything up. We love it when we see them here. All right, drivers headed out. Oh, let's see who we can catch up with. There's Austin DeMoore sitting there. Brock Bigelow. Bigelow's going to hit the track early and often. Well, never had much of an affinity for drag racing. Personally, I don't mind watching it, but I just never. But circle track, yeah. That's in my blood. I did it for a lot of years. My folks helped me. I've worked on race cars for other people. It's just once it's in your soul, it's in your soul. You can't get it out. Bigelow around for the first time. Gonna put a lap on the board. P1, obviously, 27.422. Boyd immediately knocks him off. Barletta nearly knocks Boyd off. Boyd at 27.221. So about a quarter second quicker. I saw, yeah, I did. I saw the 64 go out. Might be the first time in many weeks that we're going to see the 64 really crank it up and go after a hot lap here. He's relegated to starting at the back week in, week out, and he just has not been trying to qualify because he just already going to the back, and he knows that. Boyd still atop our chart. Bigelow second quick. Ooh, man. 99 100ths off. Adam Vinny. Third, McAvoy. Now your quick qualifier, 27.128. Vinny went by about a quarter second off of that at about a 4. 22 and 3-7. This time by Adam Vinny. Did not improve. So P4 right there. We have to watch our Dash for Cash guys. 5, 10, 11, 12, and 21 were the numbers drawn. Just a couple of trucks left to go out here. We got 22 finally. We got 22 drivers in here finally. Reed Rundle finishes up his qualifying effort this time by. He is currently 11th quick. Oh, father time. He's out there qualifying on hourglass time. There he goes. There's a pickup. P5 for the double R. Mike Forstner. First lap for Mike. 69 truck. McAvoy, Boyd, Bigelow, Vinny Rundle right now. We'll see if Mr. Forstner can put himself up there. Mike, not necessarily known for his qualifying efforts. Moves to P13 on lap number 1, 27.60 for driver 69. Oh, no! That'll hurt his tires, but oh, just a tiny little bump to the fence. Won't hurt his truck too much. That is going to pretty much do it for qualifying. So Rundle will make it into the Dash for Cash tonight. So will Spalding. Watson. Keir. And your 21st qualifier, Mr. Michael Everett. Any more trifectas or winner picks? You got to get them in pretty quick because qualifying is coming to a close. And once that pace car rolls off, just get this field on its parade lap. That is it. We lock it down. There we go, Jennifer. Bigelow. Oh, wow. Everybody's on the Bigelow train tonight. Boy, Vinny, Bigelow, and Forstner. 64, 27, and 69. And that looks like Scotty King. Wow. Old Tiny Dancer making picks in here. 21 and 43. And Jay Bolts, you're taking Mackey for the win, huh? Mike just put heat in the tires. Yeah, he put a bunch of heat in the tires. It's a good thing he gets to change them before they roll out. All right, they're gridding it out here, so let's get down here. Oh, we got to move a bunch of stuff. We've lost our mind. That's what we've done. Show you our grid. Brian McAvoy, one of your championship leaders. On the pole in the 79, the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Outside chance for Boyd to win this thing. A lot has to happen. But he's got all of the contenders right around him. He's got the 27 of Bigelow and the 64 of Vinny in row 2. Then Reed Rundle in the 43. Harley Marletta, the 81, make up row number 3. Austin DeMore, Corey Blevins, the 7 and 24 in row number 4. Mackey and Spalding, the 99 and 25, are your 5th row. Your 6th row is the 31, Jacob Watson inside. Todd Keir in the 88 on the outside. Dash for Cash drivers together right there. Mike Forstner, the 69, Ethan Lowe, the 71, row 7. Row 8 is the 2 of Coy Callis and the 83 of Stephen Pearson. Then Russell Harold in the 19 and Kyle Gomez, the 55. They are your 9th row tonight. Row number 10 is the 23, Frank Chavez, the 707 of Chris Gaxel. Michael Everett, another Dash for Cash driver. 21st starting position next to the 51 of Jonathan Scott. And that rounds out our 22 truck starting field. Bill's going with Reed for the win. Wow. Bold choice, sir. Bold choice. If he took his Geritol, we might be okay. If he didn't, whoo, boy howdy. I'm going to pick the 81 of Harley Barletta for the win. And I think I'll follow that up with the 27 of Bigelow. And, man, it's a tough choice here. I want to put Adam Vinny on the podium just because that's how he's been.
Green, green, green.
Oh, we missed the start with the camera. I forgot to move the camera. But we're underway. Championship night. That open dog leg going to be interesting. These guys can drop down there. Nobody has to let them back up if they happen to be on the outside. And I don't know how much of that we're going to see, but Garrett Boyd made a quick move. He is going to go for the lead here up that backstretch and into the final corner, turn number 3, formerly known as turn number 1. And Garrett Boyd will lead lap 1. McAvoy, Bigelow, Vinny, Barletta stays on track. Caution. No, not the 707. Well, here we go. First caution of the night right next to Russell Harold off into the corner. A little push up. You got a little help. Is he going to have much damage? There's where the caution came because he got that far sideways. There were still a couple of trucks coming. No damage, just a little bit of skiddy skid on the tires. And we'll keep on a-rolling here. So our first caution coming on lap number 3, the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3. We probably won't see any takers to pit road, and tires really didn't even get up to temperature. Boyd, McAvoy, Bigelow, Vinny, Barletta, Rundle, Mackey, DeMore, Watson, Forstner inside the top 10. We'll shout out again this evening to everybody at Beef O'Brady's down there in Port Charles, Florida. Port Charlotte. I'm sorry, I said Port Charles. Port Charlotte, Florida. Got too much going on in my brain. I'm scatterbrained today. I spent all day trying to figure out a puzzle that I couldn't figure out. I hate it when that happens. So we should get one to go the next time we come around. Just laxing. Yeah, you love the beefs. Which one? We know they put us alive. I think it's out on the patio, if I'm not mistaken. And they put us up live. Pipe the sound through and put us up live on the patio on the TV. And we watch, normally we watch this guy right here. They're looking at that 69 truck. I got to jump back here because we haven't seen this guy have paint on his truck for 2 seasons. It's been some wild orange and orange and green and purple type thing, and now he's got some pretty fancy-dancy aquamarine blue and some safety yellow on that thing. It looks pretty good. 2 truck. Coy Callis right there. They're doubling them up. Ready to get back after it. All right. Well, shout out to King's Beefs then. All right, looks like Boyd chose the outside. Going to try to get that good start when we get into the restart zone right here. The green flag is out, and he does exactly what he set out to do. Uses the high line to grab the point once again. McAvoy, Bigelow, Vinny. 3 wide behind that momentarily. I don't know who that was on the high side. I want to say that was maybe Austin DeMore. He quickly gives a little bit of room to his teammate and falls back in line back there. He's now 8. Boyd trying to run away and hide. Oh, Bigelow and Vinny almost had a moment on the racetrack. I think Bigelow thought Vinny was going to cut the dog leg, and they almost had a fender-to-fender moment. Bigelow can't afford any mistakes. He wants to win the championship, and he has a very slim lead right now, so he has got to mind his P's and Q's. He needs to finish right at or ahead of these guys. Vinny cut the dog leg that time. Tiny advantage, but that'll all go away coming out of this corner right here. High side will have the momentum and race it up the backstretch. I saw Reed Rundle brush the fence right there coming out of 4. This a battle for 3rd and 4th. That's Harley Barletta and the 81 are right behind. Then Rundle, DeMore, Mackey, Watson, Forstner still in the top 10. But he's going to have a challenge here momentarily. Todd Keir is right there, and Keir is trying to figure out what Watson's going to do. As they're out of turn 2, Coy Callis with a brush of the fence coming out of that corner, headed up the backstretch. Garrett Boyd is not checking out. McAvoy is keeping the hounds on him, and he dives to the inside. The big, long, flat sweeper corner. Used to be turn 4. Now it is turn, I guess, 3. Because turn 1 is the dog leg. Turn 2 is, no, it's turns 2 and 3 down there. I hate that they reversed this racetrack. Oh, a little blink out of the 21. Oh, and he goes into the fence. This happened to him on Monday night as well. He has got some kind of internet issue that is just absolutely a problem for him. You saw he went in the fence. He's going to come back. We're not sure what happened, but we know that he's going to. He tried not to bring out that caution. He didn't want to. But he is sitting right there in the top of turn 3. Same exact thing, was a packet loss. We found out afterwards because he killed the turn 1 fence over at Dover on Monday night with the DSRO bunch, and come to find out he had massive packet loss and something with his internet or something with his Windows keeps turning something on. It's causing him a problem. I guarantee you he's frustrated right now. That'll hand the lead to McAvoy, Vinny 2nd, Bigelow, Barletta, Rundle, DeMore, Forstner 7th, Keir, Pearson, and Mackey. Our top 10 now. So all 4 of our contenders are in the top 10. 1, 2, 3, and, well, he was 10th. Did he go? He went into pit road. Mackey. Yeah, Mackey's on pit road. He's getting tires. Corey Blevins is in getting tires as well. We're only about 12, 13 laps into this. Long ways to go, 75-lap race. It's a long ways to go. I believe these trucks are only rolling with an 80% fuel load tonight, too. I would not be surprised if some guys are going to try to stretch and see how close to halfway they can get. 80%, I feel like they could get there. I feel like you can get really close to halfway. Got to make it to lap 38. That's really all you got to do. Complete 38 laps, pit, you can make it the rest of the way. it is definitely helping that we have some caution laps. McAvoy chose the outside. He saw what it did for the 21 of Boyd. Barletta is up there as well now on that high side. Bigelow and Barletta in that second row. Then it's a couple more teammates right there. That's Father Time, Old Reed Rundle, next to Austin DeMore in the third row. Green flag and a good start. 79 of McAvoy. He'll cut the dogleg right down in front of Vinny. Up high, out wide. He's going to keep the high side. Going to try to roll the corner. Vinny got a pretty good run through the middle. McAvoy not quite as good on the high side. And clean air on the nose of the 64 truck now. So Adam Vinny out front. Barletta on the high side was trying to get third away from Bigelow. Gonna do it up that long backstretch. The 81 eases out in front of the 27, and here comes the 7 truck of Austin DeMore. He's looking for more positions than a top 5. Todd Keir on the high side, clearing the 69 of Mike Forstner. Stephen Pearson is up there as well. Did not get to the outside corner. Wanted to get to that right rear corner on the 69. Couldn't do it before they got to off the straightaway or off the long sweeper down there in turn 3. But Brandon Mackey cut the dog leg, and he almost went 2 for 1. He got right alongside Forster. Made Mike go up the hill. Brandon Mackey picks up 2 spots. Look who's right in front of him. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd he come from? Todd Keir is right there. Here comes Corey Blevins. He's right behind Mike Forstner. Cuts the dog leg. So Blevins on the fresh shoes trying to pick up a few spots, and he's already 1 spot short of being in the top 8. Vinny and McAvoy are starting to get away from Barletta. Bigelow is figuring out it is time to go. Brandon Mackey running down on the bottom right there. Shortcut on the dog leg that time. Not a big deep cut. That's why they were almost 3 wide. DeMore was in the middle between Bigelow and Barletta. Barletta rolled off. Bigelow goes by. And now Reed Rundle will try to take spots away, but Brandon Mackey's looking to get 3 wide here across the dog leg, and he'll do it. Way down to the bottom, back on the racetrack, 3 wide. Down here in turn 3, Corey Blevins is right there. Couple of lap fresher tires, maybe 12 lap fresher tires on the 99. He's making good use of them right now. DeMore not giving up the spot. He never makes it easy. He'll hang on to that 4th spot, at least for the time being. Harley Barletta still 7th, right behind this group. Corey Blevins now working on him, and Blevins is going to take the spot away. Ooh, wiggle out of that corner, getting onto the backstretch. And that gave Barletta enough of a cushion to get around him. That battle's not going to be over, and it's not going to be over quickly. Go back close to the front. We're going to look at McAvoy. He is right there. Looks like he's drafting the 64. Bigelow broke away from DeMoor, Mackey, Rundle and company. He's all by himself in third, and he's closing in on the front two here. About 12 laps short of halfway right now. This is where our battle is. This is 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th right now. And they are in a cluster. They're going to sort it out temporarily, but that never seems to last long. Half a lap, 3/4 of a lap, and then somebody pulls out a line. Blevins cut the dog leg, got to the inside of DeMoor once again. DeMoor's been able to fend him off using the high side out of turn 3 and all the way down to the final kink before the start-finish line and getting that momentum going. This time not quite as good, and Blevins clears him getting into the dog leg. So Corey Blevins in the top 5. Like I said, it's not single file for long with this group because they start getting side by side within a half a lap of figuring out single file. Good racing all the way around the speedway right now. This time I think Blevins has got it stuck. He kicked the door closed and flicked the latch down. He is going to stay right there. Let's go back towards the front again because these two are still in lockstep with one another. Adam Vinny out front. McAvoy within a couple of truck lengths of him. They're out to about a second on Bigelow. A word from the garage. And the same gremlin that got Mr. Boyd on Monday night is back again. So that's what got him again tonight. Brock Bigelow sitting in third all by himself, but if he looks in the mirror, he's going to see that black number 99 getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if he can see around the 99, he'll see that the 24 is closing in as well. Beard's in the house. Long time no see. DeMoor, Rundle, Watson are all at it once again. Once Blevins got clear of this thing, everybody taking a shot at DeMoor. This time his teammate. Reed Rundle, the 43, works past. Put Rundle in the top 6. And Watson and Barletta are right in line behind. One slip out of the 7, and one of the two, if not both, will go at him. And Watson doesn't waste a whole lot of time with that. He goes at him right through the dog leg. Not able to clear him. Good enough momentum out of the top of turn 3 for the 7 of DeMoor to hang on to the 7th spot. Let's go back a little further. Barletta is in 9th, and then it's a little ways back to Forstner. Forstner's got some company. He's got the 83 of Stephen Pearson and the 51 of Jonathan Scott tucked in behind him, and then you look back just a little further. Captain Spaulding making a pass on Todd Keir, it looks like. They run 13th, 14th. Kyle Gomez in 15th. Everybody's still on the lead lap as we creep in on halfway. We're about 2 laps short. It's McAvoy around to Vinny and out to the point now. And Adam Vinny looks like maybe he's starting to drag anchor here, because Bigelow has caught him, and Bigelow looks like he's going to go by. Mackey is trying to get them both because Bigelow had to lift just a little bit to stay out of that left-hand door of the 64 going through that final corner. Oh, there's a little tightness and a little into the corner. Almost turned the 64 around, and I know that's not how he wanted to make a pass. So now Mackey keeps it locked into the bottom. Here comes Blevins trying to make a run on Adam Vinny as well, and he's almost thinking 3 wide, decides not to do it. Vinny and Mackey. Man, they are racing tight. They are racing close. That's for 3rd and 4th. Mackey cut the dog leg. I think he's got Vinny cleared. And now it's up to Blevins to get around. And he saw what happened with Mackey. He's just going to take time if he's going to get around him at all. Reed Rundle, Austin DeMore behind in 6th and 7th. Then Watson Barletta. Forstner's still in the top 10. Well, maybe not now, because I think Jonathan Scott just put a move on him. He's going around the high side. Final corner. Crosses start finish line, and Forstner eases back and noses in front. McAvoy got around Adam Vinny, who coincidentally peeled it off and went straight to pit road. He ended up back about 4th or 5th right there, and as soon as he did, he took it to pit road. Into his pit stall. We'll see how he cycles through right now. Brock Bigelow is on pit road. Oh, we missed him. There he is. So all of your leaders look like they are starting to make their way to pit road. We'll see if McAvoy ducks off right here. He does. Woes it down, gets it. Oh, my. I'm not sure. He wasn't way over the speed limit right there. We'll have to see if he gets a penalty. That'll give Mackey the lead for the first time tonight. And he's on a different strategy. He can go about another 8 or 10 laps. He's going to have a very short run to the finish. He's only going to have about a 25-lap run to the finish. He and Corey Blevins both on that same strategy. Reed Rundle. Not on that strategy, but Jacob Watson is on that strategy. And he's right behind in 4th. There comes Michael Everett out of the pits and back onto the racetrack. So where did all of our leaders end up right now? Adam Vinny back in traffic. He's got Brock Bigelow right behind him. They run 14th and 15th now as Jonathan Scott is on pit road. Mike Forstner on pit road. He's already in his box and rolling away by the time we get to him. Jonathan Scott is still rolling out of pit road. Mackey, Blevins, Rundle. Rundle's got to come soon. He hadn't pitted yet. He did not pit on that caution at lap 12. So I feel like he's going to have to come here any moment. bring it down and get service. Corey Blevins around Brandon Mackey now. That happened while we were watching to see if Rundle was going to pit road. I saw it on the edge of the screen right there. He went to the high side and went kind of smoothly right by. So Blevins is out front now. A little tight getting in the corner right there. Now does Reed Rundle peel it off? He does not. Barletta's peeling it off. He's headed for pit road for the first time tonight. I see why it looked like the 79 was so fast onto pit road. Because the cones are way down in there. I did not notice that. I thought that second line was the line to be at. But you can see McAvoy. There's Vinny and Bigelow. They're not that far behind. On the same straightaway.
All right, man.
Caution, and that'll change everything. 55 of Gomez. Oh, he just gets loose in turn 4. He was way down inside. Oh, wow. Yeah, because you can cut that dogleg right there. That puts you pretty close to the racing surface. That is going to put Blevins and Mackey in the catbird seat. Where they come out now is going to dictate their finish. You see Adam Vinny coming back in with them. Interesting. Reed Rundle able to make his stop under caution. There goes Gaxel, who I think was already on pit road. He was right at the entrance to pit road. They drop together, roll out together. There goes Rundle. He'll drop. What about Vinny? Still on pit road. He dropped off to Jack on the left side. I don't know unless he got a speeding, but usually that's an EOL when you're under caution. So have to find out what happened there. Brandon Mackey, Roger Wagner, you got a copy.
Hey, Roger, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I got to ask you, you guys are on a different pit strategy. Does this now put you in the catbird seat, or are you now the mouse in this scenario?
I think this is going to help us. I was honestly about 3 laps away from taking it into the pit road anyways, so I think this is going to help me out, get fresh tires on, keep me up front. These guys all got to kind of work their way through traffic to get back up here. You know, I know there's a few fast guys that are stuck a lap down, and I think I needed to switch up the pitch strategy. So let's just see how it plays out here, and we'll see where it goes.
All right, man. We'll get up there and get your starting spot. Get ready for this restart. Hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of the night, man.
All right, sounds good, Roger. We'll talk to you later.
Brandon Mackey, the 99 truck, now starting on the outside of the front row for this restart. Got quite a few of the heavy hitters in behind him. I see Father Time is right there. Kevin Spaulding extending the caution one more lap. Coy Callis up here restarting in the top 4. Kevin Spaulding. Ethan Lowe. Russell Harold. Adam Vinny actually got out. He's a lap down, but it's showing him 19th. I'd have to ask him what in the world happened that got him a lap down. Brock Bigelow. Bigelow is in 8th place, and he's right beside him. Well, we'll get that old pesky pace car out of the way. We'll get him ready for a restart here. About 24 laps to go. I did not put Corey Blevins on the bingo card tonight, and that may be a mistake.
Green flag.
The green flag back in the air. 24 laps. Make it 24. Good start for Blevins. Typically, not a guy that I recall being a great restarter, but he got one in here tonight at Phoenix to try to close this thing out. Little bit of a wiggle out of the 99. Coy Callis brushes the fence. Another one back there. I think that was Todd Keir. Clipped a little fence. And caution. Who's going to wreck? Todd Keir. I'm going to put it on him just because I think that's who might have had it. Oh, it was Barletta. Now it's Keir. Jonathan Scott. Oh, my goodness. There's McAvoy getting a piece of this. Wow. And I saw him hit the fence, and I thought maybe he might have lost control of the truck. I didn't realize half a dozen trucks got into that. Now, who's the truck that's the first a lap down? I think it's going to be the 64. And Adam Vinny's going to catch a whale of a break here. He's going to get the lucky dog, get waved around. He's only going to have roughly 20 laps to try to charge through this field. Huh. And there he goes. He's going to swing around the pace car and get himself back on the lead lap. Yeah, we should get a restart here with about 20 or 19 to go. We'll know here in just a moment. If we go to 1 to go here, it'll be a restart with 20. If we don't get the 1 to go, it'll be a restart at 19. Blevins, Mackey, Rundle, Callis, Spalding, Harold, Lowe, Bigelow, Watson, McAvoy. McAvoy 10th, but McAvoy in that wreck, and he's on pit road. I think his chances to steal the championship may have evaporated with that backstretch melee. Brock Bigelow's got some work to do. He just had a few point lead over all these guys. He needs to get as close to Mackey, and he needs to keep Vinny behind him if he can. McAvoy might not be in it anymore. He's back on track, but he's 17th right now, and I don't know if there's any residual damage or not to that 79 truck. But we are going to get the restart. It will be with 20 to go. That's still a lot of time here at Phoenix. Good look to see McAvoy just now catching up to the very back of the field. He and Adam Vinny, and Vinny's probably going to have to start behind him. Vinny got the wave around, the lucky dog, and that means you start dead last.
Green, green, green.
With the green flag back in the air, another good restart for the 24 of Blevins. I don't think he's catching Mackey sleeping. I think he's just getting through second and third gear a little better. Here comes Rundle. Is Rundle going to get a victory here tonight to close out the season? I think it'll be his breakthrough victory. He's had some really good podium runs, but I can't recall him ever standing on top of the podium in Midwest Truck Series competition, and we go yellow again. Well, let's go back. And let's see if the 83 has a piece of this. Oh, he does. Got turned by the 707. Already has nose damage on that truck. You know what they say in circle track racing, folks. Cautions breed cautions. And we're running into a little rash of yellow fever at the end of this one. It's ticking the laps off. Bigelow passed another car. He's up to 6th now. Yeah, Tiny Dancer, I thought for a second you were out there kicking slippers off everywhere and dropping your tutu, but I know you're not. So you're right, it is getting messy. Gosh, nobody wants to see you drop your tutu, so I'm sorry I said that. That's a visual that nobody needed. Wave around truck. That looked like Kyle Gomez. Yes, it was. Kyle Gomez going to be your lucky dog. So we're clicking them off. 16, 15 laps to go, and we get the green again. Blevins, Mackey, Rundle, Callis, Spalding in the top 5 spot. Bigelow 6th, Harold, Watson, Lowe, Chavez, Mike Forstner's 11th, Keir, Vinny Pearson, and Barletta. Still in lead lap. McAvoy is back on pit road. Is he trying to get damage fixed? Oh, my. Yeah, that truck fairly crumpled up. A little narrower on the nose. Big dent over the right and front left tires. Wonder how she's handling. All right, we're going to double it up. About 16 laps to go. When we get the restart. Can Corey Blevins get a 3 in a row on restarts here? He was perfect on the last 2. Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness for small favors. I don't even want to know the name on that account. It's okay. Hopefully I will not, quote, unquote, run into you under that name. Ba-doom boom. I'm here all week. Tip your wait staff. Here we go. End of caution period number 5. Green flag back in the air. Blevins once again. What a great start. Rundle got a pretty good one too, and he is going to go alongside Mackey. Getting down into the final corner here before the backstretch. Mackey's got enough momentum on the high side. I think Rundle heard him bounce it off the fence. He gave a little room, and Mackey goes right across the nose, and it got Rundle tight right there. Coy Callis. Good run for the 2 truck. New paint, new attack mode here because the 2 truck in the top 5, he looks like he's going to try to stay there. He's using plenty of racetrack. Bigelow's going to dive to the inside, so we'll see how long that top 4 spot for the 2 truck is lived here. I don't think it's going to be very long now. Bigelow got a good run. Stalled out on the exit of the corner. Here comes Adam Vinny. Vinny now back inside the top 9. He's 8th as he got around Russell Harrell. Brock Bigelow cannot get around Coy Callis. Callis is up in the middle of the racetrack. And he has got a lot of momentum. He's not cutting the dog leg, and he's staying on the hammer all the way around into that final corner. He should have a good run here and be able to be half a truck to 3/4 of a truck length ahead. If he doesn't make any mistakes, he's going to be a full truck length ahead in that final corner. Meanwhile, Vinny closing in on the 27. Vinny's led laps. Bonus point. He's got to be in front of Bigelow. We know that. Going to be 10 laps to go. Blevins is clear by 6/10. Mackey is clear by about 6/10 over Rundle. And Rundle's got 1.2 seconds on this battle. Now Bigelow clears Callister 3 wide. Watson's in the middle. Vinny's on the bottom. Callis is on the top. And they stay 3 wide. down to turn 3. Vinny now clears Watson. It's too wide with Watson and Callis. Spalding into the fence out of 4. He's back there in 8th. Single file now. Callis fell to 7th. Tried hard to keep it in the top 4. I think a little fresher tires may have been his downfall. Those guys, 4 or 5 lap difference on tires. And it makes a big difference. Now, does Bigelow have enough to go run down Rundle as we cross under 10 to go? He needs to make up 1.4 seconds, and he's going to start being hounded by the 64 of Vinny. Don't know which one of them got the fence. Maybe both of them got it right there. A little miss on the entry from Bigelow. Opens the door. Vinny will cut the dog leg. Now we're going to be in a side-by-side fight for a top 4 spot between championship contenders. Mackey 2 spots ahead of these guys. Another of the top 4. Seven laps to go. Blevins still a half second ahead of Mackey. We may have to wait for him to tally all the points to find out who the actual champion is at the end of this one. Bigelow had it coming in. McAvoy was second in points, then Vinny, then Mackey. Mackey lost a little bit of ground. He lost about 0.2 of a second to Corey Blevins on the last lap. It's going to be the wave lap this time when they come by the start-finish line. 5 to go. Rundle is still comfortably in 3rd. Nobody had Corey Blevins on the bingo card, including yours truly, and typically I would pick him. But he is out front. Mackey, Rundle, Vinny got around Bigelow. That's for the championship there. Mackey's got a good shot to get up here and make this super interesting. If he can at least stay second, if he can't go run down Blevins, and it doesn't look like he can, he's losing more time. The cushion may have been enough. Mackey did lead laps. Corey Blevins, as Corey Blevins usually does at the end of a season, figures out a way to win a or multiple races in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, and he looks like he might close the season out in victory lane. Got to make 3 more circuits and stay that 1 second ahead of Mackey. I think our top 3 is set. If they can keep them facing forward and nobody shorted themselves on fuel, I think it'll be Blevins, Mackey, and Rundle on the podium. Who's going to come home with the championship? And right now I still think Bigelow has enough of an advantage. Two to go for Blevins. And he opened it up another 1/10 of a second. Coming to the white flag, 1 more lap for the season. Blevins, 1.1 seconds. Mackey and Rundle. Vinny and Bigelow. And I think it's enough for Bigelow to be top 5 right here with Mackey not winning the race to hang on to the title. But out of the final turn, headed for the start-finish line, Corey Blevins is going to win to close the season. Mackey going to come second. Reed Rundle, your final podium finisher. Then Vinny and Bigelow. And like I said, I think that is enough to put the 27 as the champion. We'll wait for the official word. Hard charger tonight. I think Russell Harold picked up 8 spots to be our hard charger. Let's see if we can figure out who our Dash for Cash drivers were. Jacob Watson. Reed Arundel is going to get your Dash for Cash tonight as well, as he comes home third. He started 5th, and that was the magic number. Well, these guys are not going to make it simple for me, are they? They never do. They love me. They know they do. They can't help themselves. All right, let's see what we can do here to start dragging drivers. Oh, let's put Bigelow in the interview room. Let's put Mackey in the interview room. Let's find Mr. Rundle and put him in the interview room. And then we got to go way, way around here somewhere to find Corey Blood. There he is. And we'll bring Corey Blevins to the room. So let's start with our third place driver. We got to give the old man time to crawl out of the car, find his walker, get his oxygen tank on, and then we'll see if we can get a word out of Reed Rundle finishing in third tonight.
Hey, can you grab some Bengay for me? I need it.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm afraid to get that stuff on me.
Yeah. Well, especially with where you touch yourself.
Well, you know. Anyway, my friend, family show. What are we doing here? You had a fantastic run tonight. You got a lot of mileage out of your first run, a lot more than I thought was possible. How were you saving enough fuel to get to, what was that, about lap 43 or 44?
Yeah, I mean, fuel wasn't an issue. I could have won a few more laps. It's just the way everybody was starting to pit, and I was trying to hold off at least a couple more laps to see if the front 2 guys would pit. But then the yellow came out, and we all pitted, so it worked out fine. It worked out in our favor, obviously.
Yeah, and I think it was a really good strategy. These guys went in on that very first caution on lap number 12. They come out, and you end up running right there with them. You hadn't pitted yet. Did you know that they had already been in and that they might be able to go even further than you did?
Yeah, we were watching it. I mean, we were watching where everybody was and, teammates talking and seeing where everybody was. So, yeah, we were aware of it. Like I said, I just ran my race and tried to stay as consistent as I could and steady and smooth. I didn't have anything for Corey. He got out there and Brandon and I had a couple of close runs, but then he stretched it out too. So no, it was all good. I'm happy with it for sure.
Well, a podium run for the Geritol crowd tonight, man. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go get some rest.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to throw a couple of new shout-outs, sponsors that we had on the truck for the season with Beef O'Brady's. Thanks to them and Timber Creek for sponsoring, and I understand they're coming on board again next season, so that's awesome to hear. Truck sponsors, Beard Wisconsin's been with us now for quite a few seasons. Really appreciate them and what they do. The other guys, Bravo, Trailers, 5-Star Bodies, those kind of things. And shout out to you guys for always putting on a great show. My teammates for the Lumber Dude Outlaws, always good running with them. Shout out to my dad down in Florida and wife downstairs.
All right, man. Well, I think the EMTs have arrived to make sure that you don't need mouth-to-mouth or something over here. So we're going to let you get out of here, man. Thanks for chatting with us. I'm looking forward to seeing you back next Monday.
You got it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Reed Rundle, everybody, finishes the end of third tonight. Now we'll move on. I think he's going to come up about $1 short here. Brandon Mackey, you gave it your all, but I think you needed to win this race to make it really interesting.
I did. I gave her all I had, and Blevins it's one of his better tracks, and I just wasn't quite fast enough to stick with him at the end. I needed a few more laps so I could use use my tire saving ability to the fullest potential. But I think the pitch strategy worked out, and doing something a little different worked out in my favor. So it's a good way to end the season, and the points race was definitely fun, and I'm looking forward to next season already.
Well, pitting on lap 12, and then you guys catch a caution at what I feel like was the absolute most opportune moment. What could you go, another 7, 8, 10 laps?
Yeah, I had about 10 laps of fuel, but I was gonna pit with 25 to go to get fresh tires, because just throughout some of the practice I'd done, I was able to erase a 10-second gap in about 25 laps, and I figured that's about what I would have been behind. So I was honestly probably a couple laps from pitting, so that caution came out probably about the perfect time, saved me from maybe going a lap down, and kept us at the front, and we gave her everything we had, and just wasn't quite enough to pull it off tonight.
Well, you kept it up there in the top 4 or 5 in points the entire season, starting at the back pretty near every week. Just going to come up what I feel like is probably 5 or 6 points short tonight. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's about it. And I'm gonna kind of look back and kick myself. It kind of came down to Kansas. I got into a little incident, or was avoiding an incident, and I got bounced off the wall and had wheel damage, and had to wait on a green flag pit stop to get that fixed, and ended up about 15th. And I think that's about the difference I had in that race there, because I think if I finish inside the top 7 or 8 in that race, it would have been real close with where I finished tonight.
Well, you know what they say, you got to lose a few to learn how to win one. So maybe this season, go back, reflect a little, figure out the mistakes, and eliminate them for next season. And then you'll be the guy doing the photo bombing as a teammate on one of your guys, hopefully at the end of the season next season when we get ready to talk to you as champ.
That's the plan, but I can't thank all those guys enough there at DNF with Brock, Jacob, Chia, Kyle. We work really well together. We bounce ideas off each other. We communicate throughout the race and throughout practice, throughout the week, just trying to make each other better. And if it wasn't me, I'm happy it was Brock. The guy deserves a championship. He's a hell of a racer, and I'm happy for him.
Well, awesome job, man. I think you thanked just about everybody you needed to right there. Good season. Congrats on the run tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you get started here in 3 or 4 weeks, maybe make a run at yours.
That's the plan, Roger, and I just want to say thank you to you. You do an awesome job with hosting this for us and broadcasting, and I appreciate all you do, and I hope everybody enjoyed that, and tune in next season, and we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Congrats on the season. Congrats on the run tonight, and we'll see you as soon as we can possibly see you.
Sounds good, Roger. You have a good one.
Brandon Mackey, everybody, finishing second tonight in the race. I think he finished second in the points as well. We'll have to get confirmation on that. But right now, let's talk to a guy who's always great at the end of the season. He wins tonight. Corey Blevins, I know this is one of your favorite tracks, but once you guys got off strategy, everything kind of just fell into your lap, I think.
It did, and it reminded me of North Wilkesboro when I won the championship, because I made a last-minute decision to pit real early in that race too, and I ended up in victory lane there too. So I guess the last-minute decisions really benefit me most of the time.
Well, sometimes you just got to do what everybody else isn't doing. And a lot of times you'll find that works out for you, and it did here tonight. When the caution fell, I know you guys were probably 7, 8, 10 laps away. I think Mackey said he was about 8 to 10 laps, but he was going to pit with about 25 to go. Were you going to try to run the rest of the way out if that caution doesn't come out?
Yes, I was. I was going to save. I was about maybe a half a lap to a lap short. I was going to go for it. So, yeah, that would have been interesting for sure.
Absolutely. You'd have had most of the field at least a lap down to have them trying to catch up a full lap. Now, trying to save fuel, they probably would have been, a second or so faster, but a great strategy to pit that early and try to make it the rest of the way. Not a ton of wins, not really up there in the points this season, so just trying to race and steal the win on the final night. I'm sure that was your only goal here tonight.
It was, and I did gain a spot in the points. Got up to 6th in the points, so that's respectable.
There you go.
Especially since I started the season so bad. Hopefully they don't start the season that bad next season, but hopefully they get it to victory lane more. It was definitely a very, very competitive season, and definitely congrats to Brock. He deserves every bit of that. He's battled me and Adam for seasons upon seasons now, so he deserves to get one. He's been up there all these seasons, and always been probably 3rd or 4th, and never actually got the championship. So I'm happy to see him get one.
Well, an awesome job, and I know that rough start to the season is fuel on a fire, and next season you'll probably come back with a huge head of steam. So we're going to look forward to that, man. Awesome run tonight. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here and we go talk to the champ.
Yeah, so I appreciate you broadcasting every week. It's much appreciated, first of all. And just Keys Architects being on my season all season. Hopefully I can get some new schemes for next season, so be on the lookout for that.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. Hang around for a couple minutes here in the chat somewhere in one of the channels. I'll find you when I'm done, all right?
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Corey Blevins picking up the win here tonight to close the season out at Phoenix. And now let's get a guy. He had to work hard. I don't know how nervous he was coming down to the end of this thing. I know he had a driver in front of him. He had all kinds of drivers behind him that were trying to chase him down. But big picture race in the last few laps, Brock, just knowing if you finished at least in the top 4 or 5 here, that it was pretty much locked up.
Well, I know I said last week that I always go for wins and let the championship kind of fall where it falls, and I do gotta admit, I was thinking big picture in the last few laps. I'm like, well, it is what it is. If I could push to try to get another couple spots, or risk wadding it up and blowing it. So I'm top 5 against this group here is nothing to scoff at in its own right, but this can hardly believe it, man. Can hardly believe it. That's crazy. I wasn't gonna say anything until I heard it from the points guy that's how it shook out.
Well, we kind of were trying to figure. We knew that there was small gaps, and a win, Mackey winning might have changed things a little bit, but he stayed second, and you were within 2 or 3 spots. Vinny was enough points behind you, and when McAvoy had his issue, it really was kind of up to you to just keep it on all 4 tires and finish within striking distance of all those guys. And you say that. You were kind of racing big picture at the end. Everybody wants the victory lap, but I told Mackie sometimes you got to lose a few to figure out how to win one. Is the key in the lock, or is the lock just unlocked for you now?
I don't know. That's hard to say. It's racing with these guys. In my younger years, I used to race competitively. I had big NASCAR dreams, as I'm sure we all in this server did at one point. And the drive to win has never gone away. The drive to race has never gone away. It just, I don't know. Just over the second half of the season, just something clicked. And I got way faster seemingly overnight, and it's a lot to do with these guys in the team I'm on. DNF Racing, we team practice together. We have our happy hours every week where we workshop some stuff, and it's made me better. It's made all of us better, and it's just so dang fun. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously the goal is to come back next season and win more races and be in the hunt again, but just felt like I was on such a roll in the second half of the season. Come back with a new paint job courtesy of Velocity Race Wraps, and I just felt like I gained an extra half a second, a lap. It was wild.
Well, it's been an awesome.
It's the start.
It's been an awesome season. You stayed there. You had to start at the back of the field so many times, and that's perilous. But you fought your way through it. You picked up some wins, and here we sit on top of the mountain.
Yeah, like I said, I can hardly believe it. I mean, a championship in this group. This is a very competitive league, if that hasn't been obvious all season. I mean, Corey was our third multi-time winner. Nobody had more than 2,
Yeah.
which is
Awesome.
wild considering that one season I think somebody had 9 or 10.
Well, we had a
Just-
couple of seasons where 2 guys had 4 or 5 each.
Yeah, I mean these guys are tough. You got to earn every spot. You can't just think lap by lap. You got to also think pit stops. You got to execute flawlessly on pit road. You can't beat yourself. You can't speed. You got to think every phase of the race to even run in the top 5 here, and it takes a lot of work. So hats off to this group, man. I mean, I hope everybody comes back and we put on just as good of a season next season in a few weeks.
Well, awesome job, man. Let me get some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you hoist the big hardware here.
That's right. First off, thanks to the league, Midwest Sim Sports, for an awesome season. I'm so happy to be a part of it, and in the capacity that I am, getting to help make it what we want it and bring new people in and bring in sponsors. It's just as an example, it's really cool that the fine folks at Beef O'Brady's are watching this right now. Hopefully next round's on Mike, by the way. All the work that you I hope they're listening. That'd be so
I
funny.
love that his bar tab just exploded.
Yep, put it on his tab, Port Charlotte Lawn Care. What you do all season for us at DSSN and covering these races, you give me a lot of slack there for my profession, but wouldn't have it any other way, man. We have fun here. This is the best dang league on iRacing. I run with the best dang team in this league, DNF Racing. We have so much fun. TCW Construction, Dan Bundy Logging, Nye Welding Equipment, my UP Home, Velocity Race Wraps, and just, golly, I can hardly believe it. Finally snagged one of these season championships. You gotta love it.
Awesome job, man. Congrats on this season. I will look forward to watching the guys put the target on your back when we come back in a few weeks.
Already looking forward to it.
All right, man. Congrats again. Go celebrate with your teammates, buddy.
Will do. Have a good one, sir.
Brock Bigelow, your series champion, and he definitely earned it. This was one of the most competitive seasons that I have seen in this series since we started covering it. We went about 7 or 8 races before we had a repeat winner in this series this season, and that says a lot right there. All different types of racetracks, and so many guys that have the potential to go and put it in victory lane. So now getting wins in this series is going to become something very special, and picking up a championship is going to become extra special for these guys. And Brock Bigelow is the first one to do it in what I feel is the absolute most competitive season in this series history. So big congratulations to him. Big congrats to the series for picking up the level of competition. Hope you guys enjoyed the whole thing as much as I have. We're going to take a break with these guys for about 4 weeks, but we're not going to shut things down. We're going to have Mondays and Tuesdays for sure for you. If we can snag something to put in randomly, we will absolutely do it. If you are on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo, hit subscribe so you'll know every time we go live. And the same to the folks over on Facebook. Like, share, and follow. You'll get the same notifications. I want to thank y'all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the season. Big shout out to everybody involved in putting all this stuff on, because without all their help to all these leagues, you guys don't get to watch this stuff. So, a high five, a pat on the back to them, and a high five and a huge pat on the back to all the series that are putting on awesome racing every single night right here on DRN and DSSN. Without them, there's nothing for us to do. So, we remind you to tune in every night and watch the best racing you can see. Till we see you again, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. Come back and visit with us as soon as you can.